Welcome to the Green Hat Local SEO Podcast, where Kyle Sabra delivers hard-hitting, actionable tips and strategies to help business owners dominate their local market and crush the competition. Kyle's no-holds-barred approach cuts through the noise of traditional SEO, focusing on battle-tested tactics that deliver real results. He's here to arm you with the tools you need to skyrocket your rankings, generate more leads, and grow your business online. If you're tired of hearing the same old SEO nonsense and want to learn the truth, this is the podcast for you. Get ready to put on your green hats and learn SEO secrets the other guys can't handle. Now, here's your host, Kyle Sabra.
This is Kyle from Green Hat Local SEO, and in today's episode of the podcast, we're going to go over Google's latest research paper, which is a new algorithm that they just introduced called MUVERA. MUVERA is the algorithm that sounds like some sort of pharmaceutical, and what MUVERA stands for, or is an initialism for, or I don't know how they got this name, but MUVERA is a multi-vector retrieval via fixed dimensional encodings algorithm. Now, I know that doesn't mean jack shit to you, but this has huge impacts for SEO and local SEO in particular. Just like with all Google's algorithm updates, what they try to do is provide better and more specific results for searchers, for users. And for maybe the past 3 years, it's July 21st, 2025 today, the algorithm updates have almost all been about helpful content, HCU, which I'm sure you've heard of so much in the past few years. I think there were only 2 algorithm updates that specifically targeted link spam in this time frame. Well, now the helpful content algorithm is baked into the core algorithm, right? So these aren't new helpful content updates to where Google is going to be, letting all this shit into the index and then running this helpful content algo and then sorting through all the bullshit and low quality stuff that, frankly, AI has been pumping out. But now what they're doing is they are getting better at recognizing edge cases and GBPs that really should not be ranking for a lot of the queries that they're ranking for. And we've actually seen this. So usually when Google publishes a paper, it doesn't necessarily mean that that algorithm or that research is being used in their, their core algorithm or RankBrain or anything like that. But in this case, this MUVERA research paper that they produced, it looks like it actually is being used right now. So if you, for the past maybe 30 to 45 days, if you have seen your calls drop, if you have seen your clicks to your website from your GBP drop, maybe even traffic to your website drop, and all the rank trackers are saying that, yeah, you're still keeping the same rankings, you're still in the map pack, well, you probably got hit with MUVERA. So what does this mean? So essentially what the MUVERA algorithm does is it makes sure that the like I said, these edge cases, these GBPs, these web pages that aren't really well optimized for a keyword, but are still kind of showing up because of the old way that they would rank things, that's all gone now. You're fucked. This kind of goes along with the helpful content update or the helpful content algorithm that we've seen. But really what this just is Google doing a better job of figuring out what a web page, what the specific topic is, and what topics should be related to that web page or GBP, and should that web page or GBP actually rank for those edge cases. Now, what do I mean by edge cases? For example, let's say that you are a roofer, right? And you have a keyword called roofing service, or you have a page called roofing services, right? And that's just your main services page. Well, in the past, you might have ranked for things like, tile roof replacement after a storm, shingle replacement after a storm, cedar shake roof installation or something based off of that one page, because those are all kind of related to the keyword roofing services. Well, now Google is not going to be ranking you for those or surfacing you as much for those keywords because unless you specifically mention that on your site. So here is where I guess you can say more like AI and conversational queries come in, because Google knows that people are searching more on things like Gemini, ChatGPT, things like that, but also voice search as well. So now, if you don't specifically mention these on your page, even though that, something like cedar shake roofs might be related to the keyword roofing services, you're not going to show up as much for that anymore as somebody else who mentions that in their body content, right? Even though you might have more links than them, you might have more reviews, because you don't specifically mention that in your GBP or on the landing page for your GBP, you are no longer ranking for, or going to be showing up for these keywords. Now, what does that mean for rankings? So if you only look at a rank tracker to gauge how well your SEO is doing, you're missing half of the data, because a rank tracker is always going to show you what your rankings look like at that point in time. But then you can see these rankings are staying the same, but your impressions are going down, and we're seeing this with some of our clients. So how do you know exactly what is going on? How do you even know if your impressions are going down if you're only tracking your rankings? Well, one, you need to have UTM codes in your GBP. This is super, super, super important. And if your SEO does not have UTM codes in your GBP, they're not tracking things correctly. And honestly, they're just fucking you, because they're not giving you all the data that you need. And they're honestly not getting all the data they need either. So what happens is, if you put these UTM codes, these tracking codes in your GBP in the website field in your GBP, now this is going to show up in your Google Search Console. And your Google Search Console is going to measure impressions for you. And this is one way that we are looking at things and finding out who got hit with the MUVERA update. So if you look in your Search Console and you've done your UTM codes and you've done it properly on there, or your SEO has, you might be seeing your impressions going down. That's that, I think, light blue line. I don't know, I'm colorblind. Light blue line, I think, would be going down over the past 45 days, maybe even like falling off a cliff as Google turned on the algorithm, while your average rankings has stayed the same. Or if you're seeing your average rankings stay the same, but now instead of a solid line, now you're getting dots and dashes, just like somebody's doing Morse code with your rankings, well, then that's also a sign too that MUVERA is taking you in and out of the index and taking you in and out of impressions people are seeing. So what does this mean for you? This means that you're not showing up as often anymore for those long tail keywords that you might have been ranking for before, simply because Google's algorithms weren't as sophisticated. A lot of people are going to be pissed off about this, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, SEO is dead, Google's fucked us again. But honestly, I think this is a good algorithm. How many times have you Googled something and the top 10, there may be two or three results that really didn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense? Or maybe you'd go into Google Maps searching for something, and maybe a lot of those businesses didn't exactly do or say on their website that they did what you were asking for. Like I said in the example before, if you search for something like, metal roof repair after a hurricane or whatever, that's a very specific keyword that a lot of people are going to be searching for, and you might not have the best results showing up previously, but now with MUVERA you will. Now, how do you fix this? If you got hit by MUVERA, like I said, make sure that's what it is. Go into your Search Console, check your UTM codes, check your impressions, and make sure that they've gone down either gradually or just off a cliff in the past 45 days for some of these long tail keywords. So you need to go to your homepage, make sure that you're sorting by that UTM code, and then search for the difference in clicks between the last 30 days and previous 30 days, and see which keywords are getting fewer impressions. So you gotta search or sort by impression share, right? So those keywords that you have been losing, make sure those keywords, first of all, are keywords that you want to rank for. Make sure those are going to be the ones that are going to be bringing in your ideal customer or your ideal client, and that you're actually going to be getting some ROI off of. And then what you need to do is you need to figure out, okay, or your SEO needs to figure out, okay, do I need to create an entirely new page for this, or can I just put this as an H2 or an H3 in the currently ranking page, right? Now, if you go to your if you're searching this by your GBP, then you're going to think that your GBP is the page ranking for this. Well, actually not exactly. Google pulls information from your entire website, right? I've talked about this before, and obviously the most powerful way to get Google rankings just by doing on-page SEO or Google Maps rankings is by optimizing the page that your GBP is connected to, right? So in that website field, let's say you're Joe's Roofer in Phoenix, Arizona, or whatever, right? So in that website field, you need to literally be linking to your page called roofing services with the title tag roofing services in Phoenix or whatever. That is the most powerful way of ranking for your main core topic or service in your main area, right? So that is the page to where if you are suddenly losing impressions and clicks for all these long tail keywords, that is where you would need to put that content on that page. Most powerful way is to put it in an H2 or an H3, or you can just weave it naturally into the existing content if it would, if it wouldn't look natural. Like I said, making the H2 for metal roof repair after hurricane, metal roof repair after tornado, cedar shake repair after hurricane, after tornado. Doing that a lot is going to make a really long and cluttered web page, and it might actually pull you away from the vector, away from the main topic or keyword that you want to rank for. So sometimes it's better not to put it in an H2 or H3. Sometimes it's better just to weave it into your content naturally. Another way you can do it is just put into FAQs, right? And then you can mark up the FAQs in your schema, and you can get you can give Google that much more understanding of your page by putting it into this schema as well. Also, you need to be putting these things into the services on the back end of your GBP. Also, make a GBP post about them, right? And Google's pulling from all these different areas when trying to look at, the on-page GBP and technical SEO when trying to understand what a page and a company is about. You can also put these into the into the offer catalog when there's service offering in your schema. You can put them into the knows about in your schema as well. These are all places that Google looks at when trying to understand what a company or a page does. So this might take a long time if you suddenly lost a lot of long tail keyword rankings. But this is the new algorithm that Google has, this new pharmaceutical sounding algorithm that Google has. And this is going to be the new normal for SEO. It's no longer you can create one page and expect to rank for a whole bunch of long tail keywords like you were previously able to. Now you have to specifically mention those things on your website, on your pages. Even if you're not necessarily trying to rank organically, you're just trying to rank your GBP, because like I said, Google pulls a lot of information from your website when trying to rank your GBP. But also don't neglect the GBP itself. Put those in your services, put those into GBP posts so Google can read those in GBP as well. And it just reinforces all the things that Google is trying to learn about your website and your service offerings, right? So that's about it for this episode. I just wanted to give you a quick recap on MUVERA and how it is affecting your GBP and website and why you're losing all these long tail keywords and how you can fix it. If you want more information, contact us at ghls.io. Again, my name is Kyle Sabra from Green Hat Local SEO, and I will talk to you later.